Hi guys, I have a bunch of tips for you today on how to take care of your hair extensions. This is not clip-ins, this is the ones that you get installed by a professional. So, first tip, doesn't matter which brand you use, which method you use, you need to brush them really gently. Like, they are attached to your head pretty tightly, but obviously if you're gonna yank at them, they're gonna fall out. Like, they're gonna fall out and then you're gonna look thinner and it's just gonna look really bad. You don't want that, trust me. So brush them really gently. There's a certain brush. I have this one here. This one's by Bellami, and I have Bellami's in right now too. Those are Microlinks, by the way. So that's like a really gentle brush that you can kind of like really lightly, like let's say you have the Keratin Fusion ones or you have the Microlinks like I do, like you can really lightly brush where the bonds are, but be really careful wherever the bonds are. Like, you don't want to, like, you see like so the Microlinks, and you know how they're attached, and then that's your real hair, and then that's the bond, and then the strand of the fake hair. You don't want to like brush on top of where the bond is sitting, because then obviously you're gonna take it out. Makes sense. But a lot of people, you would be surprised, it doesn't make sense to everybody. Okay, let's start with the wash. When you wash the hair, do not put conditioner anywhere close to the bond. Like this area where your bonds are, please don't tell me that they're grown out to here, like they shouldn't be, doesn't like get conditioner. You literally put conditioner from here down. Obviously not here, like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, leave this much hair out. There's no conditioner touching that. If you feel like you really want to put like the top of your head, there's usually no conditioner in. If you feel like you really want to condition that, what I do sometimes, and I use Olaplex on there too, I'll separate it, and I literally like put my conditioner, like I'm down like this in the shower, and I have it only there, like the conditioner, I put a conditioner in and I have it only there so that it does not touch, like, so that no conditioner gets anywhere near the bonds, and I'll like rinse it like this. And then the rest of the hair where all the extensions are attached, I'll put the conditioner down and then rinse it normally, like back. I don't know how you shower, that's how I shower. Yeah, so that's when you wash it with the shampoo. Matters, the shampoo matters a lot. It has to be sulfate free, because I told you I use Bellami. So Bellami and Matrix have a collaboration. It's called Matrix Total Results Length Goals, and it looks like this. It smells really good, and it has no sulfates. Yeah, this is the shampoo, and this is the conditioner. I use those. I have a detangler too. I use that one also if I don't use the Olaplex. So you use that. Then I also treat it with Olaplex like every other wash. I would say I use Olaplex. I use Olaplex number 2 because I'm a stylist and I get it, but you can use Olaplex number 3. That's the mask. That's what I use. Obviously nowhere near the bonds. I think we got that clear now. Nowhere near the bonds. So that's how you wash. Then after the wash, really important that you, I have another mask that's really good. Like, Olaplex has a lot of protein in it, so if you only use Olaplex, that can be like drying and that can still cause breakage. So what I just recently learned, actually, like between your Olaplex regimen and the length goals that I told you, you need to use like a really moisturizing either conditioner or a mask. Like, I use this one from Redken. It's called All Soft Heavy Cream Super Treatment for Dry Brittle Hair. It's like a mask. So like, you'll change up. Like, let's say you wash, okay, so every other wash you use either Olaplex or you use the mask. So I do one wash with shampoo and conditioner, then the next wash will be shampoo and Olaplex. The next wash will be shampoo and conditioner again, the Matrix one, and then the wash after that will be shampoo and the Redken mask. So that's how I do it. So when you get out the wash, make sure to like wring out your hair because it's gonna be really heavy. I use a special towel, like a microfiber towel, to like get all the moisture out better, and it cuts your blow drying time by like at least 10 minutes. And it's also better than using a regular towel and like rubbing it all over. But I really hope you don't rub your hair like that. Like, that's really bad for your hair, especially if you're blonde. Yeah, so I use that, and then the most important part, you're gonna detangle with a detangler brush. I think everybody has a brush like that nowadays, wet brush. Very, very lightly, like I'll hold my hair kind of like under the bonds and then I brush really, really, really lightly. With a towel, you're going to get all the moisture out. Then you're gonna get a clip, take the bottom section, and you're gonna use a blow dryer on medium or low heat, like not high heat. It's not necessary right where your own hair is. And you're going to blow dry where the bonds are. Like you always, if you want to air dry your hair, that's fine, and I'm actually going to get to that. That's actually better, but you cannot air dry where the bonds are. You need to dry this part, like where they're attached, closer to your scalp. Like that's the part of where you're leaving out the conditioner. That's the part that needs to be dry. Okay, that part needs to be at least like almost dry, because your hair is weaker when it's wet. And so when you have the hair weaker and the extensions are really heavy, they're also wet, so then they're even heavier, they're long. So that's really bad for your hair. That's really, really bad for your hair. You don't want to like leave it air dry around. That's how you're going to get bald spots. That's how you're going to get hair loss. That's how, it's just not good. Yeah, okay, so you can do that. Then what I love to do, I don't like, I've had them in for 3 weeks, I think, and this is the 3rd time I actually heat style them today, because I really don't heat style them. What I use, my favorite is Olaplex number 6. That's the leave-in. And when I get out the shower, we did all the drying that I just told you with the towel. Then you're gonna get in, you're gonna put Olaplex number 6 from here down. I use a very generous amount. I use a lot of it. I love it. I love how it smells, and it's really, really good. Put that in as a leave-in. Then I dry the base, like get this dry, or at least 80% dry. And then I have that. You might want to dry it just a little bit, but it should be like more dry. It's not like soaking wet anymore, this part, if you're doing what I told you with the towel and everything. Then I put it in 2 braids, and you get a really nice wavy hair. Like you can leave it in the 2 braids, and then whenever it's dry, like it's gonna take a long time because extensions take a long time to dry and let to air dry. Then when it's dry, it's really nice and wavy. So honestly, that's the style that I'm mostly wearing them, because I don't like how, on me, I don't like how they look straight. It's really hard to hide them when it's straight. It works for some people that have thicker hair, but like for me, they always tend to show right here, and that's like the worst. It's the worst when extensions show. And when it's completely dry, like the next day, I use dry shampoo. I love this dry shampoo. Smells so freaking good, and it's called Pillow Proof, I reckon. So if you're one of those people that likes to wash their hair often, honestly, I would not. If you want to, like, it's just going to be a mess in your hair. Like, the extensions are not attached to your scalp, duh. Like, they're not your real hair. So they're going to get drier faster, and you want them to last you. You probably spent a lot of money on them. So don't wash them too often, and definitely don't heat style them too often. Like, try to do the dry shampoo. Try to stretch at least like 3-4 days if you can. If you work out a lot, I work out a lot. I know it gets a little gross, but especially if you live somewhere where it's hot. But use the dry shampoo. Try to use the dry shampoo. Or if you do want to wash them a lot, then just do that, what I told you, dry the base and put the rest in braids with leave-in conditioner. Trust me, you're gonna have a much happier time with your extensions, and that's a big investment. You spend a lot of money on them. Don't leave your extensions in for too long. Like, let's say certain methods, but I can make a whole separate video on which methods are best for which hair type and all of that. But don't leave, like, let's say I like to leave them in a little less time than they're supposed to. Like, for example, if you have a braidless sewin, it's like around 6 weeks. I honestly wouldn't push it longer than 6 weeks, where you have to get a move up, and then after 2 move ups, you have to get them taken out. Let's say microlinks, you're supposed to like be able to wear them for 3 months, but like that's like, for me, that's the max. Some people say 4 or 5 months. I honestly don't like it, because your bonds are gonna be like grown out to here. And another thing is, I have really, really little hair. Like, I have very, very fine hair, and that's okay. So let's look. When you first get them done, they're attached to your own hair, and there's only so much of your own hair, and then there's like this other stuff hanging on there, and it's kind of heavy. But in the beginning, there's not much space, like it's close to your scalp. When it grows out more and more, you lose hair. It's natural, we all lose hair. So then there's less and less, it's like a rope. There's less and less there's less and less of your own hair, and it's getting longer, so it's getting heavier, and you have this long extensions hanging on like really little hair. Like if it's grown out this much, then it's just like dangling there and stuff like that. That's obviously really, really bad for your own hair. I mean, like, it's kind of self-explanatory. Don't leave it in for too long because it can also get matted. It's just not a cute situation. Like if you want to maintain the health of your own hair, then you shouldn't do it. Like even if you say, oh, screw it, I just wear extensions all the time. Yeah, you do, but like what if you don't have any of your own hair anymore to even put extensions on? Then you're gonna have a problem. Then you need to wear wigs, and you can only wear wigs then at that point. Yeah, use Olaplex. I already said that. I love Olaplex. I love 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love 0. Well, actually, I just tried 0. I can make another video on that if you like. That don't put it too tight of a pony, because you know that don't pull on them in general. Like if the pony's tight and you kind of feel like it's kind of like there's something there that you can feel that it hurts, then it's probably not good for your hair. The most important tip I left for last, which is the most important tip because I didn't do it. I got drunk the other day, I'm not even gonna lie, and I went to bed with my hair like this. And I woke up, and of course it was tangled, and now I have little rat's nests, like little bird's nests, little between the bonds, because I went to bed with my hair open. You need to put it at least in one braid. Like when you go to sleep, you need to put braids. I like to put 2 braids also because I like to go like this when I sleep. So I put 2 braids, braid them, and then in the morning I take them out. That like prevents your hair, the extensions from tangling, that prevents your own hair from tangling. It's gonna make them last longer, it's gonna make them look prettier, because that's the most important thing, and I did not follow that. So trust me, I'm like in I have some issues going on right now in my head. So yeah, those are all the tips I have. I can make another video on what extension method is the best for which hair type, like what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and go more into depth on that, because that also has a lot to do with how happy you're gonna be at the end. That was it. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the tips.